Shipe Sports Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Shipe Sports Talk Show. What you're hearing there is the Undertaker's Dead Man theme, which is pretty much the theme of this sports town right now, with the Capitals losing Game 7, the Wizards losing Game 5. So it's pretty much a dead man town right now. Joined always by my co-host and producer, Paul. Paul, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
On this misery Thursday, terrible Thursday, wherever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah.
Across from me is the hairy man himself, Guillermo. How you doing?
How's it going, man?
Are you feeling as sad as the rest of us?
Not really. I was sad last round.
Oh, you mean with the Spurs?
Yep.
Oh, no, yeah, but at least you don't feel double pain.
Oh, if the Bulls lose, yeah, I'll feel double pain.
Yeah, they're playing Cleveland.
Yeah,
so
I will feel it soon.
I guess we'll just start with local teams. Last night, there was the DC areas were going for the trifecta, or the super trifecta if you include DC United. DC United and Nationals did their job in it. The Nationals started off strong. I mean, they went up 3-1. Then they went down 5-3 until Tyler Moore hits a pinch hit home run 5-5. Then they go down 6-5. Bryce Harper gets ejected in the seventh inning for a check swing call strike. All he wanted was a simple umpire down the third base, just to review it, check it out. But the home plate umpire was having none of it. And then bottom of the ninth came up, and we're down 6-5, bases loaded. Michael Taylor, who was in Bryce Harper's spot. So you're thinking to yourself, God, Bryce, why did you have to get injected your spot?
The guy that's given us the most home runs and most runs support.
And what does Taylor do? Hits a walk-off, I guess semi-walk-off since the top half, grand slam. The Nationals win 9-6. So the day got started good, and then we roll around to the 7:30 showtime, and we got the Capitals. Started off strong. Ovechkin finally came. We needed him in Game 7. He came up big. He scored the first goal. Great pass from, I believe it was Marcus Johansson with the pass. I believe from across the middle, Ovechkin put it right where he needed to. And then the second period came around, and when you have back-to-back power plays that you have to kill, something's not going to give. And Mike Green had 2 straight penalties in a row, and you can only hold off. Holtby can only hold off for so long on a power play, and they finally got to him. That tied it up 1-1, and then we eventually got to overtime. And the Capitals, Capitals won the overtime in terms of possession, in terms of shots. They had everything going for them. They were pressuring. But Lundqvist, he's the best goalie in the NHL for a reason, and he was just denying them, shot after shot after shot. They had so many chances. He was making incredible saves, and they finally went down. They caught Holtby off a rebound, and you almost can't blame Holtby. He had a great playoff. Definitely probably a top 5 goalkeeper now in the NHL after what he just did against this good Rangers team. And we only lost, the total series was a 1-goal difference. I think it was 14-13.
Yeah.
So it was a great series all around. Ovechkin, he died out games 3 through 6. He came alive in Game 7. He's there at Game 1, 2. Battram was a non-factor. I think what really killed this team in Game 7, Game 6, Game 5 was the power play. They weren't getting power play goals, and they were one of the best power play teams during the season, and it just went away. Maybe it's the line. I think maybe they should try to change it up a little bit. I think one person I would have loved to see on that line during power plays was Joel Ward, because he just stands in front of the nets and he just gets rebounds. He deflects goals. He's one of their best people up front. I wish they would have paired him more with Ovechkin. I mean, they switched it off in Game 6 and 7 and put Johansson up there. Johansson wasn't really doing much. They should have kept Ward where he was at with Ovechkin, because they take a lot of shots, slap shots, and that's when Ward comes in. So I think that was one of the bigger mistakes. It's just hats off to the Rangers. We were 1 minute and 11 seconds away from going to the round. It should have ended at 4-1. And you can't really say there's a curse. You can't say it's unlucky. The Rangers got lucky. The Rangers are a 1 seed for a reason, and they finished off. The better team won. They were the better team throughout the season. They had the better goalkeeper, and that's what happened is You get through there. I mean, you grind it out. You're up 3-1, but the better team that knows how to win more, since they were number one seed, came out winners. They wanted it more than us. It seemed like it. Guillermo, what were your thoughts during the Capitals during the Game 7 in the series they just had?
Yeah, I think they played their hearts out going into every game. I mean, if you look at every game, it's by 1 goal or maybe by 2 goals. Game 7, they put everything on the line. They came out strong. They came out aggressive. They had the mentality to go in and win the game. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the third quarter, it was a power play in there, and Rangers were taking advantage of it and going shot after shot after shot. Of course, Holtby, one of the greatest goalies out there right now, was stopping everything. Defense was trying to stop him, make him go backwards. Didn't get off shots, took off shots. They played their hearts out, and I have nothing wrong. I give them all the respect. I wish I would have saw them go to the next round. They took the number 1 team in the East to 7 games. They played 7 hard games with the number 1 team, and there's nothing else you can do. You lose in overtime by a goal that shouldn't have been shot. I mean, they shouldn't allow that goal in, but I mean, that's how it goes. It's one little small mistake that you can do, and that can end the series. I mean, when I saw it, I was upset. I didn't want to see that go in, but it's the way playoffs are. I mean, all they can do now is look at next year and see they already know what they can do. Let's just see if they can go a little bit farther.
All right, now to shift to the other down in the ATL.
I think everybody wants to know where Brad is.
Oh, I completely forgot about Brad. I feel horrible right now. Good Lord. It's so weird.
Brad, we didn't do that on purpose, man. Sorry.
Brad, thank you, Paul. Brad, I'm so sorry. Brad had a little emergency. He had to go pick up, I believe, a friend from an airport, so he couldn't be here. He will be back next week. He probably didn't want to come in today anyway because he did not want to talk about any of this today.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Extremely pissed off. So Brad will be back with us next week. Sorry, folks, for not mentioning him at first. I feel really bad. I feel like he just walked off the face of the earth there. The Dead Man theme was for him because he just doesn't want to be in here at all today. He's probably buried himself alive in a casket. All right, as before that, we'll quickly jump down to the ATL where the Washington Wizards had Game 5 against the Hawks, and God bless his soul, John Wall. 5 displaced fractures, and he wanted to play. I'm sure they put him on something for the painkillers, but this guy, I think he does it for the love of the game, but I also think he does it for the fans. He wanted us. He knows with him in there we have a better chance. And frankly, we've been in all these games except for Game 2.
Yeah.
And to be honest, if he's healthy throughout this whole series, I don't think there was a game last night. I think we would have swept the Hawks 4-0. I mean, we beat them by, 20 the first game. Second game, we didn't have John Wall, and that's when we were first trying to figure out what to do. Third game, we had a chance for the tie at the end. He misses a shot. I think there were some questionable calls during that game, especially with the travel at the very end that wasn't called on Crover. And also the steal that led to the three-point lead. I think Pierce was pushed in the back, but, the calls are calls. Last night, Pierce once again showed why we brought him to D.C., why he's called the truth is he made that three-pointer for the lead. He looked at the Hawks bench, put up his 3 sign and said series. And we stopped them the first time. Al Horford just out-muscled Nene. I'm sorry, Nene is old. He can't do it, and I don't know why Randy Whitman has Nene in there when Gortat is your main rebound man. I don't understand. Nene last night 6 rebounds. Gortat had 8. Beal had 7. So, Nene's not even your top rebounder. Even Otto Porter had 10. So, Nene's your 4, and he's not getting rebounds, and you take out Gortat. You got to leave Gortat in there because Gortat can also block, which you have Teed or any of them try to go in there, he's gonna step up on them. So, Whitman, I don't know why towards the end of the season, toward the playoffs, he started keeping Gortat in there, and then last night he just took him out for whatever reason why. Wall played his ass off last night. 15 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 4 steals, which is what they were missing. 2 blots. He had the 6 turnovers, which weren't hand-related. He was driving over with his left hand. I'm sure he'll be back at it tomorrow. And I still see no reason why the Wizards can't win 2 in a row. We come back to D.C. tomorrow. We're a very good team at our home court. I think we've only lost 1 so far in the playoffs, obviously, because we swept Toronto. So we're 3-1 at home. And I have no feeling for us why we can't go 4-1 and take this back to Atlanta for a Game 7. And I tell you what, the way Wall's playing now, and it kills me that he got hurt. It really does, because I feel like this is a team that could have went to the finals. Because if you look on the other side to who we're going up against next, Paul Gasol could be out for the rest of the playoffs. You have Kevin Love's out, so those teams are very depleted. So for Cleveland, instead of having to worry about Irving, LeBron, Love, now it's just Irving and LeBron. You can check those two down. You're good, because Otto Porter, I think, can really check up with LeBron with his wings, with his arm span. I think he's very athletic. And then on the other side, all you got to do is contain Jimmy Butler, because I really don't think Derrick Rose is 100%, and I don't think he will be for the rest of his career. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're watching some other games.
No, I'm not. I don't trust Rose right now. I really don't. And I think without Gasol, they lose that really big man in the middle, Gasol's really stepped up this whole season for them. So I think, both those teams are losing their 4, and I really thought the Wizards really had a chance to make it to the finals. Whether they win the finals, I don't know, but I really felt they had a chance to even probably sweep the Hawks. So we'll have to see what happens tomorrow night with the Wizards. Hopefully they keep it going, and we don't have to play that music again next week. Guillermo, what have been your thoughts so far on this Wizards series, and what are your feelings about John Wall coming back Game 5?
Like I said, I think it was the previous episode, I didn't think John Wall was going to miss any time. He missed 2 games, 2 crucial games, because I had them winning in 5 or 6, I believe. Yeah, he went out and played his heart out. He did it for the fans. He did it for the team. He did it for himself, I believe. As you can see, like I said, it's his left hand, his less dominant hand, and he was finger rolling, he was layupping, he was passing the ball with his hand, had no problem with it. It might have been the medication that they gave him to relax the pain and not worry about it, but I mean, he comes to play every day. You have him in there, and I think, like, watching the game, I think Gortat was more happy than anybody else that he was there, because them two mix perfectly together.
Oh, yeah, you saw his game elevated from Game 4 to Game 5. Gortat completely got a lot better because they run those screens so well.
Yeah, it's the perfect combo. Like, you have the center and the point guard. They know what they do. They're perfect chemistry.
Well, you have to remember, Gortat worked with Nash in Phoenix, so it's almost like he's feeding off Wall with Nash, and that pick and roll, everything they run there,
exactly
mimics what Nash was doing with him. So he already knew what to do, and it was just completely different from Ramon Sessions.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, completely agree. I just think John Wall came out there, gave all his best. I mean, there's nothing more you can ask from him. He has 5 fractures in his wrist. You can't have him score like 40 points a game, especially in his return game. But they played great. They played throughout the whole game. I think it was just the final 10 seconds where they just got lazy with it. You had Horford right in the middle of the paint. Nobody cleared him out or took him out. Just lays it up easily and puts it in.
Now, I'm looking at something very interesting real quick. I thought Pierce only signed for 1 year with the Wizards. Actually, 2 years he signed. I thought it was a 1 year deal. It was a 2 year deal, and this is where I think Pierce is going to want to stay again, not retire or do anything, because I feel like Pierce came here because I think he saw winners. And I feel like if this team can stay a core group, there's no reason they're right back here again next year with Wall healthy again, hopefully barring any injuries.
I mean, to be honest, would you want Paul in as much as he's getting this year? Because look at Porter. Porter's...
Well, no. That's what I'm saying is keep, develop Porter to where Porter will start, but keep Pierce for those late game situations. I mean, we've seen him so far this series where he's made the big shots. I mean, he missed that one, in Game 4.
They can put him on a Tim Duncan minute.
There you go.
Limit.
And that's what they did during the season. I mean, you saw he wasn't averaging that much, but that's because they had him on a limit, and it actually benefited him now in the playoffs. He's repped up, so I think Pierce will be back. The one big question that I actually was talking to Brad before he came in here was Nene. Nene's running out of gas in his tank.
I think his tank after was it Game 4, I believe. Yeah. His gas is out. He's
empty. The Wizards need to address this 4 issue. I mean, Jugren is just as old. Now he's not replaced. Humphreys is not up there. So, in the draft, they're gonna have to fit this in the draft. I mean, too bad we won't get a high enough pick to where maybe what's the dude from Wisconsin's name?
Kaminsky.
Maybe Kaminsky will drop. That'd be awesome.
No, Kaminsky's gonna be a top 5 for sure.
I don't know. The mocks have him out of the top 10.
You look at the mock drafts and
Yeah.
everything. Look at Kuiper and look at Todd McShay, and they had like what 3 of them right as
Same
we
as
did.
me.
Yeah, same as us. So I don't think that's really
That'd be awesome. We could, but I was telling Brad, even bringing in a local talent like Des Wells would be awesome. I mean, he would run a 3, but he could also be your stretch 4 that you're looking for.
I don't see why not. We got Porter, and he was from Georgetown, so
Bring another big guy. I mean, but they got to address this in the draft, or this is going to kill us. I mean, top will run fine for the next couple of years, but Nate's running out of gas. Kevin Serapin, he's young, but he's not going to be anything. I mean, our whole 4 are all power forwards suck, and I think right now we're missing Trevor Booker because Booker had a lot of energy. I mean, he was great in that series against Chicago last season.
Yeah.
He was hustling his ass off, and I think we're really missing Trevor Booker right now.
I just want to add one thing. Did you guys see John Wall's pass? The no look, the no look under the.
That's what he brings. And Beal has been playing his ass off with Wall out.
Yeah,
Beal
I mean, and it's clearly been said that Beal, when John Wall was out, he said, "This is my team now. I got to take the ropes." And I mean, that's what you want to hear from year 2.
And once again, you bring up the best backcourt could be in the NBA in the next couple of years. And you know what? I know you have Stephen Curry.
I stick by it. I mean, you still got Curry and Clay, but
Clay's not consistent.
He hasn't been performing as much as Beal has. Yeah,
Beal's consistent. Clay's not. Paul, did you watch any of the Wizards game last night at all?
No.
Capitals?
I tried to, but every time
Paul's just our producer, guys.
No, get
out of here.
No, I tried. What I mean by trying to is that I actually wanted to, but every single time I put it on for like a second, I would just start getting too nervous and my stomach would get all turned up in knots and everything. I couldn't do it because every single time I turned it on, something bad was happening, and I was like, nope. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's like towards the end of every game, we were like, okay, this is nervous. Crap, this is even more nervous. I need to stop flipping back. All right, DC United, what are you doing?
I mean, to be honest, that's what happened to me with the Capitals game. They were winning 1-0. When I saw everybody pushing up Ovechkin, I was like, yes, we're winning.
Yeah.
So then I changed the channel real quick because I was like, they're winning 1-0. I don't want to curse them.
Right.
Watch like 2 minutes of a movie. I think it was Step Brothers, real quick, and then I switched back, and it's tied 1-1. I'm like, what's going on here? I was like, no.
Yeah. See, this also stems from the reason why that happens is stems from watching the Washington Redskins. Because every time, if I'm watching the Redskins, usually if I'm watching, they're losing. As soon as I turn off the TV or turn the channel, they're doing good again. So,
but you always get that urge, like I want to see something real quick, and then when you go back, you're like, I should have never changed the channel.
Trust me, Paul,
Yeah,
they're not losing because of you. They just flat out suck.
no, I know, but
They're not losing because of you.
So I was just watching the Facebook streams and trying to keep up with that because otherwise it'd make me too nervous. I'd get too I don't know.
I was having fun watching Twitter go crazy during the games. Like, oh, they do this, oh, they do that. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna watch Twitter. Just stay with DC United for a little bit.
Chances on Wizards winning the series. What would you give a percentage?
50-50.
You go with the obvious 50-50. We need come on, 72% or
Okay.
55.
He's going out on a limb.
50-50.
70-30. I like their chances for some reason with Wall back.
Okay.
What do
So
you
what?
got?
So the series is what 3-2 at the moment.
Yeah.
3-2 heading back to Washington.
We're coming back to Wall. We're coming back
Okay.
home.
And then if we tie it up, they go back to Atlanta for Game 7.
Oh crap! See, now I can't watch the Wizards game. Otherwise, yeah.
Don't.
To be honest, I really hope the Wizards.
You'll be having your show during it anyway, so you don't have to worry about
That's
it.
true. Yeah.
I really hope the Wizards win because I want to see either Cavs versus Wizards because I think the Wizards can take the Cavs.
Could the rivalry be coming back again?
It could, to be honest. I mean, LeBron's first year back.
The reason I say that is because every time we made the playoffs when LeBron was originally in Cleveland, he kicked our ass every year we got the playoffs. Washington versus Cleveland. Next year, Washington versus Cleveland. God damn it, not LeBron again.
Yeah.
And
God,
he'll always end it on our court, on Washington's
it's like
court.
for the Capitals. Can we just stay the fuck away from Lundqvist and can we stay the hell away from LeBron? Why do we keep getting screwed over in this shit? Every damn year. What is Capitals? Oh, who do we have to play? Oh, great. Lundqvist probably in the second round.
We'll just let them have a good series through the first 6, and we'll just take it in Game 7. Okay, yeah, we can do that.
God.
No, but
Every year.
I really think it'll be good for basketball since it's changed into a fast pace. I would love to see Wizards and Warriors or Wizards and Clippers.
Tickets like that.
I would love to see that.
Good. Chris
Too
Paul
fast.
isn't healthy either.
I mean, he's not healthy. I don't really care for Chris Paul, but you got Blake Griffin who's playing MVP type basketball, playoff basketball. You got Matt Barnes and JJ Redick doing their thing. You got Jamal Crawford doing their thing. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see that situation right there.
By the way, I really loved what Chris Paul said to Doc Rivers. The day that Paul was injured and Austin Rivers went crazy,
Yeah.
he looked at Doc and said, Doc, you're not a coach tonight. You're a father tonight. Go celebrate with your son.
Oh, shut up.
I think that was pretty, because Doc Rivers, his son, Austin Rivers, plays for him, and he's a coach. You know, you have to try to put family behind. And after the game, Chris Paul went up and said, Doc, don't be a coach right now. Go be a dad and go celebrate with your son. Look what he just did. And I thought that was pretty cool for someone to say that. It was like that guy, the coach at Georgia State University, when his son hit the game winner, he fell off the chair during the NCAA tournament.
But then they lost the next game.
Yeah. Yeah. So for the final, the last local team that we're going to get into a little bit are the Nationals, where last week I said on the show that it'd be kind of awesome if by this time this week they're in first place. They were back like, I think, 5 games last week. I was like, it'd be pretty cool. They lose tonight, they'll come up a half a game short of what I said, which is pretty impressive for only a week span. To go from 5.5 to only half a game back. I mean, they've won 6 straight series now since they took last night, and they've just been on a roll tear. They're hitting the ball again. I mean, I watched the game on Monday. After the second inning, it was 10-0. I'm like, cool, I can go to bed now.
Wow. So wait, so if they win tonight, you said
They'll be only half a game back.
okay.
So I mean, and like we said when we first started doing baseball, the Mets were on a little bit of a high at the beginning of the season.
Right.
They've lost 4 in a row now. 4 out of their 4 out of their last 10.
Yeah.
Excuse me. 6 out of their last 10 they've lost. The Braves, who were also up in second, they've started trickling back down. So it's starting to fall in motion. A lot of these teams who you saw winning, they're going to come back down to reality. Like Houston Astros, I don't think they'll be in first place for that much longer.
If you look at this, the Nationals are the only team in the last 10 games in their division that has a plus 500.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got everybody else at 4 and 6, and Nationals are 8 and 2.
8 and 2. So
How many games are they in? Or like the season is like how
They're
far?
35 games
35 games in.
Okay.
So we still have 130 games left almost.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean-
they were talking about the other day. I heard like shortening the MLB season so that way
They're trying to do everything
want to do
to
that.
make it entertaining.
I hate
You got
that.
the strike zone. You got pitchers not
keep
grabbing-
the season the way it is, because you know what, it keeps me entertained from April all the way to October. You have sports all year round now because of this. Now what they should shorten is the NBA and hockey, because those things should not go into June. That's just way too late to go into a season.
I don't know. I think you'd have a lot of people.
Well, what if you
that.
start them in September, the same time as football? Then they end like around April.
Nah,
No.
Then you look at the numbers and the ratings. Everybody want to watch football.
Ratings.
Yeah.
Everybody waits a whole year for football.
Oh, the ratings, and then they're going to be up the ass when the World Cup is in December in about 8 years. See what's going to happen then.
What's on?
I'll be over there.
What's on during football? What else is on during? Is anything on?
Baseball, basketball, everything. All the sports come on at least once during the whole.
Yeah, I mean
During October, you have everything on at one time.
Baseball
Oh,
will be in like the last 2 months of
Take that
the
back, because
season.
NBA starts in late, like the last week of October. So baseball could be done depending on if you sweep someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So October is kind of the month where everything kind of overlaps.
Everything starts
ends or begins.
when Sports Center is actually fun to watch.
When Halloween comes in.
Yeah.
Like the worst time I always felt to watch Sports Center was is the month of February and March, because all you really have, there's no football after Monday. I'll always turn on Monday, look for football. That's done. So you basically have NBA and hockey, and it's like, yeah, I'm into it, but it's like, I want to see some hits. I want to see some home runs.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Nationals, their pitch Scherzer, 1.33 ERA. He's like one of the best in baseball right now. Harper's leading the NL in home runs, the MLB and walks, MLB and RBI. So he's playing an MVP caliber year now. Overrated my ass.
See, it just took them the 30-some games to iron everything out. What did I say?
He's putting up A-Rod numbers.
Well, Harper last week had 6 home runs in a 3-game span. That's pretty hard to do, Paul.
A-Rod did
6
it like
home runs
6 times.
he had. And it's funny, he went from having 3 home runs in one game to 2 home runs in one game to 1 home run. So he went 3-2-1 right now. And he hit
3 home runs in one game.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then the funny thing is, after the curtain call, they gave him a 3rd home run. He's like, I didn't want that curtain call. I wanted to go for 4.
Wow.
Probably had a couple like little drops of juice left.
Yeah, funny.
To hit the ball with
Yeah,
power.
right.
I'm not talking about anything else. I don't know what type
Whatever.
of juices you're talking about.
Yeah.
So wait, baseball is 162 games?
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you doing some math over
plus whatever playoffs is.
there? Are you calculating how many games they have left?
No, I'm calculating what's the equivalent to, like, I think we talked about it before, what the equivalent is to, like, one game in football. So how many games in
16.
baseball is one
16.
game?
16 games in football,
Right. Okay.
and then 162.
Yeah.
For all
If
you
you- if
kids
you
out
add-
there, we're doing math right now.
Yeah,
Just pay
long
attention.
division. If you look at playoffs as well, I think Super Bowl in them is like what 4 games,
Mhm.
4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
So you got 20 or 21, and then you got what like
Oh, so it's
more
only,
than 20.
Speaking of which, real quick, I'm looking at the American East standings, and it's completely reverse of what I had. I had Orioles.
You're not
Boston,
the only
Toronto.
one. You're not the
It's
only one.
complete- Like literally, the whole lineup is opposite. I had Baltimore, Boston, Toronto, Tampa, New York finishing that order. It's completely reversed to where it's Yankees, Tampa on top. I'm like, fuck.
Well, I had the Yankees in 4th, I believe.
Yeah, I had no. This is
I did not
exactly what I had.
expect my Yankees to be in first right now. And
Well, it's
I'm
like
loving it.
I had Chicago winning the Central. That's looking like a dumbness right now.
Hey, I had Cleveland coming up as the
So
wild
did my
card.
dad. We're-
I have the wild card for Cleveland. They're not doing anything.
Philly and Atlanta are doing right what they're supposed to be.
I don't know if I had Detroit or Kansas City.
And
as
like
the
I said earlier, San Francisco is going to start struggling without their 2 best hitters right now. One left and one's hurt. But Colorado, I think Milwaukee was a surprise to me being 12 and 23. I thought with that lineup they had, they'd be better than that. But
Well, I mean,
Braun
look
doesn't-
at
Braun
Braun.
doesn't
Braun
do
is
juice anymore.
he's still he's not taking the juice, but look at his numbers. It went down completely.
I mean, then Harper's showing what he can do when he's not hurt.
Or
You know who sucks right now? Steven Strasburg.
overrated. Like I said,
Yeah.
I hate
Right now.
I didn't think Strawberry was that great of a pitcher. I mean, the first season we saw him and we'd never seen
Someone
a
like that.
changeup or a slider
In the
at
90s.
90 or 89.
Like the umpire was calling balls. He was like, I don't know what to do.
He's like, I can't judge that crap. He's like, that's
He was
too fast for me
an
to
average,
go.
an average curveball in the majors is probably like low 80s.
Uh-huh.
He was throwing a curveball like in low 90s.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like he was throwing
Like
as fast as
92.
most people's fastball. But
Yeah.
I mean, of course, he tore his Tommy John and everything's gone down. But it's just he can't find the strike zone right now, and it's almost to the point where.
I mean, if you look at him, it's the same thing with Gio.
But Gio's coming back now, though, strong.
I mean, we gotta wait and see. We gotta have Gio like with multiple consecutive starts.
This is why
that are
they
strong.
went out and got Matt Scherzer. All the people who are saying, you just spend all the money. Well, right now he's the best pitcher on our staff, and that's why we're paying him. And Gio's doing good. Strasburg, I don't know what it is. It's just now. Do you get to the point where if he has more of these bad starts, do you send him down to the minors to fix it? I mean, do you do
No,
that?
because
Like
that's even worse because you're messing with his confidence.
but you sent Drew Storm down. He's come back up, and look what he's done ever since he's been back. I mean, he's
So,
been.
I mean, but you
incredible. Or
got
is it different?
You got Storm as a relief pitcher,
I
and then
guess.
you got Strasburg as a starter, and then he
Hush.
was once the
Hush.
franchise pitcher.
Hush. Paul's talking.
And
You
look where he
it's
went.
all right.
be quiet.
My question is just: is he doing bad for being on a team that is stacked like this, or is he doing bad like
It's mental. He's just
for
No, he's asking if
whole
it's
league.
bad.
It's just he's just
like
bad.
if you put him on another
he's,
team,
he's
is
doing
it-
just bad for the whole league right now.
okay.
He's like his ERA is above 5. It's bad.
Oh wow.
It's gotten bad. We're gonna take a quick break in about a couple minutes before we get there. Just some more baseball talk real quick. I mean, you got the Cardinals who are out front of the Central like they should be. The Dodgers are powering their way through the West. So you got the Padres 18-17 staying there like people thought. Houston's big surprise in the West. I mean, you got Oakland who's in last place now. Billy Bean just
Doesn't have control.
they don't get on base. You got the Royals who were really surprising. People thought they would take a dip, but they just haven't. I think that's just also great, great coaching. Just like the Cubs now. Look at the Cubs now.
I mean, you also got to look at Detroit though. 1 game behind, and they don't have Verlander
Or Scherzer.
or Scherzer.
And look at the Cubs. I mean, the Cubs, I picked them that they were going to be a couple years out from doing what they're doing now, but they're in 19-15 right there in part of the wild card race.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard. I mean, they'll probably hopefully make a wild card because they're not going to beat St. Louis. St. Louis is too good of a team right
that
now.
kid, Chris Bryant's coming off pretty good.
Yeah. Did you see his first home run with the dugout?
Yeah. He hit his first home run ever in the majors, and when he came back to the dugout, the entire team left the dugout just to mess with him. Like one of those rookie hazing things.
He knew where they went, so he ran straight into the dugout and into the dressing room.
He completely left him. All right,
That's
we're
hilarious.
gonna take a quick break. On the other side, we're gonna talk some soccer, getting some EPL, getting some Champions League news. So
La
just stay.
Liga.
Well, unless if they play this week, we'll get right into
they're
the other
playing.
side of the break.
Hey, this is Paul from the Shipe Sports Talk podcast. Just wanted to let you know how you could listen to our podcast while you're on the go using an app called Stitcher. You can listen anytime, anywhere using the award-winning free Stitcher app. Best part is, when you stream our podcast or any of the other 20,000 available out there, there's no downloading, no syncing, or no wasted memory. It's on demand and on the go. So if you don't already have the Stitcher app on your iPhone, Android phone, or tablet, download it free today at Stitcher.com or from your app store. Add us to your favorites list, and every week when we put out our new episode, Stitcher will automatically update and have the latest episode of the Shipe Sports Talk podcast waiting for you. While you're there, it really helps us get our podcast noticed if you give us a nice review, rating, and thumbs up. We'll greatly appreciate it. Have a comment or question? Easy. Go to ShipeSportsTalk.com, click on the Contact Us tab, and there you'll be able to submit your questions or comments. We love hearing from you, so we'll be sure to thank you live on the air. You'll also find on ShipeSportsTalk.com the latest episodes, show notes, and other ways to find us on platforms like iTunes and YouTube. Now, back to the show.
Okay, no Undertaker music this time around when we come back to the show. We're going to talk some soccer real quick. We haven't really touched on this much. First off, like we said last week, Chelsea won the EPL. I think what they did over the weekend, what Liverpool did was pretty neat, where Chelsea came on, Liverpool stood, I guess like in a little line as they came out and clapped for them. That was pretty neat. I didn't think anyone would ever do a thing like that.
For
Chelsea, as they came out to congratulate them as champions.
oh
Like they walked on like a carpet and Liverpool stayed on each side of them, clapped for them. So I thought
you had Barca and Madrid did that.
yeah, it's pretty neat when people do that.
Yeah, and they respect them.
Speaking of Barca and all that, let's go with Champions League, where Barcelona advanced over Bayern Munich to advance to the Champions League final. They will be playing against Guillermo, drumroll. Who are they playing against, Guillermo?
Juventus.
What a great... I think it's going to be a good matchup.
I don't.
I think.
No, I don't.
I think it's going to be.
I think Barca's too stacked.
Oh, of course, you got the best player in the world, Messi.
Ronaldo was voted best player of the world in last year and this year.
It's pretty easy when all your goals are penalty kicks.
Hey, a goal is a goal. Doesn't matter.
A goal's a goal. Yeah, anyone can score a penalty.
It doesn't matter. I mean, if anybody can score a penalty, why did Ronaldo miss one? And then why did Messi miss a few in the season?
Who's been to a World Cup final?
Huh?
Who's been to a World Cup final?
And lost?
Who's been to a final at least?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo's never been to a final.
Ronaldo, yeah.
Oh no, we're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo.
Because you want to go back to that one? Let's go back to was it 2002?
You see this?
Korea,
You see
Japan.
this? Yeah, okay.
Korea, Japan
All you-
final.
all you-
Germany versus Brazil, and they had the best goalie. What was his name?
Oliver Kahn,
Yeah. And the greatest forward striker. What was his name?
Ronaldo.
Yeah. And he scored 2 on the greatest goalie and got Brazil this championship.
I do believe you guys lost like what 7-1 this year, 7-2. Yeah,
Was that in the final?
it was the semifinals.
Doesn't matter.
You still sucked.
Hey, semifinal.
Fucking
I'd rather lose in the semifinal than lose in the final.
7-2 to your own
2-0.
7-2
by one player.
7-2.
One player.
in your own damn country.
Ronaldo. It's Ronaldo.
To all you fans out there listening, I want you all to know something about Guillermo. He likes to live in the past. He's one of those Yankee fans. We got 27 championships. Yeah, we're better than you. Chicago fan. Yeah, we got rings.
I'm not going to say we have 27 championships. I mean, we're better than the Nationals right now. We got the better record. What's up?
we had
I'm living
20
in the present right now.
We
What's
got
up?
27 rings.
Well, you can't say that you're good for games that you haven't played yet, right? For a record that you haven't had yet.
You know what? I'm talking about this last year where Germany won. That's still relevant than fucking 15 years ago.
Germany only won because Messi was in the final. Messi's never going to win a World Cup.
Yeah, he's been there more than Cristiano.
He's been there once.
Cristiano.
So what? I can name 1,000 dudes that have been to one World Cup final and won.
You know who should have won Player of the Year? Well, never mind. I'm not going to say his name after what Barca did.
Mueller, Neuer.
That was bad.
Yeah, don't even say
But
that.
I mean, I can't believe Real. They spent all this money on all these damn players for Ronaldo, James, Bale.
Hamas, not James. Hamas.
Oh, like Hamas.
I know. I want
I
James
got
as
the
well.
weight
I
in me.
don't like Hamas.
Whatever the hell his name is. You all spend all Kroos. You all spend all this damn money on players who can't win. You're like the new Yankee. You're like the Yankees of soccer. You spend all this money, just can't win anymore.
We won last year.
Whatever. I don't care. I just don't.
Don't try to talk soccer with me. I know this
what's
stuff.
going on with me today. But I just, whatever. You spend all this money this year. Whatever. I like the final this year. I like to see. I'm a guy who wants to see something different. That's my kind of sport philosophy. Is I want to see different things. Like last year for baseball, Giants. Yeah, they've been there 2 out of 3. But the Royals were there. That's different. Football this year sucked because it's 2 teams that's been there the past couple of years, which is annoying. NBA, same goddamn thing. But I like when there's different teams in the different midst. Like this year in the NBA, you're gonna see like a Clippers maybe, or like the Spurs are done, so you're gonna have someone different. I like stuff like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
No, it's okay. It's not a cheap shot or anything. Hey, we had a good run. We got 5 championships in 12 years. Yeah. I'm good with that. I'm fine.
I just like stuff I like to see different things. Which Juventus is something. When was the last time they were there?
I agree with you.
When was the last time they were there? It's been a while.
It's been a
while
years.
Since
It's been a couple years since they advanced into semifinals. Yeah, I agree with you with that.
It's been a while since a team from Italy's been there.
No.
When was the last time?
Inter Milan won it in 2009, I believe.
That's 10. And I'd still say that's a while. I mean, usually we've been seeing the same teams over and over for the past couple of years.
Well, it's
Atletico, was the exception last year.
La Liga. You have La Liga and German teams coming in, and then some EPL leagues.
But it's nice to see a different type of team there with Juventus and the way they did it. With what's that? I can't say his name. The old dude that plays for Italy.
Pirlo.
Yeah, dude. He can still.
And you got
great.
3 Italian legends, and you got Chiellini, you got Pirlo, and you got Buffon.
Now the who's the dude that starts with a P?
Pogba.
Where's he from? What's his nationality?
I am not sure. I think it's African or Ivory
Coast, Ivory Coast?
Maybe.
He's a hell of a player. But like you said, I think...
Well, he's not going to even be there next year.
Well, I know. He's had all the rumors for Real.
He's French.
Yeah. With Real, of course. But, I mean, Barca's obviously probably going to win this because you got Neymar, Messi. I mean, you just have too much firepower on that team to where you can't compete with them.
And that's what I was telling, because one of my kids at the center, we were streaming the game, and he's like, Barcelona's going to win. Barcelona's going to win. And I'm like, no. I was like, I want to see, and I made a bet with them. I was like, if Barca wins Champions League, I'll wear a Barca jersey. If Real wins Champions League, I'll wear, or you'll wear the Madrid jersey.
Right.
And he's like, no. I was like, I don't want to do it. But going into this thing, I told him, I was like, it's going to be a good game, but I see Barca dominating throughout most of the game. Juventus is going to be playing like 80% of the game. When you have a 3-headed monster in Suarez, Neymar, and Messi, there's nothing much you can really do.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Just make sure you don't put your arm out when
and that's the funny thing. They were talking about, it's like, did they really set this up for a final? Because you got Suarez and I think it's Chiellini,
mm-hmm.
the guy that got bit by Suarez on the shoulder, coming back and playing each other.
Oh God!
And Suarez was suspended a couple months because of that.
Yeah.
So it's good to see them two again playing. Maybe he'll get another bite and be suspended like indefinitely. Now
I could just imagine what the fans are going to be doing, like with all that stuff. That's just, oh my God! I actually saw. Did you see that? I guess everybody saw the Messi the goal.
God, he did the Boateng. Good Lord.
Yeah.
And Boateng's German, and I'm just sitting there. I do this. I'm like one of these face palms. It's like it's something that I've watched it so many times because it's something you just want to watch. I mean, it's just.
Well, the internet went crazy with it. Like they had him falling into like a hole in the earth.
They had one.
The Randy Orton.
They had one that I watched where I was a sniper from Saving Private Ryan. He starts bullying. He starts saying his prayer, and then you just hear the fire, and then he just drops it. I'm like, that is great. I mean, it was just so many perfect things.
Messi said on it. They asked him, what was your thoughts on Boateng doing what he did? He said, I thought he would cover my best foot, so I went the other way. Clearly said it right there. He was on his left foot. Messi's a lefty, going on his left foot. He thought he was gonna block him, so he just switched the other way.
Right.
Boateng
Just
completely, I don't know what he did, just went straight down, and then Messi just took advantage and chipped it with his, I believe it was his left foot over
yeah.
the goalie.
Yeah, that was
Bad.
ridiculous. Oh my god.
Other soccer news. I'm looking at the Premier League here, and I tell you what, it's going to come down to champion. I think is it this weekend? This championship Saturday is this weekend.
I believe so.
Yeah, and you got Man U, who's in the final for the for not automatic bid to the Champions League. They got the playoff bid at the 4 seed.
Yeah.
They're 2 behind Arsenal, so that's going to be something to watch. I mean, Man City and Chelsea have already locked up their spots. Then you got Liverpool, who pretty much has locked up their spot for the Europa, whatever.
Yeah, Europa League.
And then, but you got Tottenham, who's fighting with Southampton and Swansea City. They're all within 2 points of each other, so that's a big fight right there. And it's good to see teams like Southampton and Swansea City come up out of nowhere to have a good season. And then you got Hull City, who's fighting to stay in the EPL. I mean, Burnley and Queen's Park Rangers have already been relegated. There's nothing they can do. I mean, 7 and 6 wins aren't going to really do much for you. But Chelsea's season, the big thing for Chelsea was they only lost twice this whole year. I mean, that is, I don't know about you, but I feel like that's a pretty crazy stat, especially in EPL standards. Just 2 losses for the whole year. That's not bad.
That's not bad for any.
Yeah, I think Man United did it a couple times.
They did, but I'm just saying. I'm
saying it goes on to one of them having a great year, a fantastic year.
Has anyone ever gone with no losses in the EPL?
Arsenal.
Arsenal did?
With Thierry Henry, Pierce. And,
was that the year they won the Champions League?
Yeah.
It was.
It was 04, 05, I believe, or something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
they
crazy.
went. I forgot what it was because I think they had like 2 ties, and then everything else was wins.
That's just insane.
Yeah.
And on the EPL talk, let's go with Man City, Man United, where the rumors are starting to really speculate that not only are they looking to try to get Kane from Tottenham, but now Gareth Bale's rumors, where the deals they're saying is almost done to come back to Man United, to where I think he feels probably unappreciated. I think right now in Real, I mean, they're putting a lot of blame on him for.
No, they're just tearing him up.
They're tearing him up, and I feel like I guess like what you said, it really doesn't fit his style. And I feel like if he would come back to like a team like Man United and be paired up with Rooney, Van Persie, I think he would dominate again, because this is a league where he did dominate in before he went there. And the same for if Kane moves to Man United, that team will be right back to where they were, because Man United, they're 4 right now, but it's not Man United standards where they're at. I mean, they're expected to be 1 and 2, not fighting for a spot in the Champions League in the playoffs. I mean, they're supposed to be up there all the year round. So hopefully, if that happens for them. But, Chelsea, Diego Costa made a big difference this year, coming from La Liga to EPL.
Yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't get hurt, who knows how many goals he would have had more of. Hazard's coming into his own right now. I mean, I'm sure he'll try to be a big name on the market, but I believe
he is a big name.
No, I mean, like on a transfer market, people are going to want him, but I don't think Mourinho.
People are already looking at him.
Mourinho's not going to get rid of him. You got Oscar. Another big thing I think would help Chelsea out this year was Fabregas, bringing him over, because he was a big setup man in the middle. He gave it a lot to Costa. He gave it a lot to Hazard, setting them up a lot. You got Oscar, whose left foot and right foot is just, he bends the shit out the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Just their defense. You got Terry is always, no matter how old Terry, it's like he's ageless. He was like Lampard. They just never get old.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper they got was just, where did he come from, by the way? They got him this year.
The goalkeeper
for Chelsea.
I do not know, to be honest.
I know Cech he's out of favor now, but Cech was getting up there in age, though.
Well, I think Cech was already out of the starting goalie position already.
Yeah.
They've already told him at the end of the year he's pretty much done.
Yeah, but he was getting up there. He was getting up there in age. That's the problem. He was getting up there in age. This is the goalkeeper's Belgian. So he's played with Hazard and all them. Belgium's a pretty damn good team when you have someone like this in goal.
Just look at what they did in the World Cup.
Yeah, they were very surprised.
They were pretty good.
They beat USA.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, I'm really liking USA's chances coming up the next couple of years. They have such a good young crew. That one kid from Arsenal is now able to play for USA now, the young 17-year-old, so that's good. So, USA soccer, staying on the soccer topic, they're on the rise. You're seeing a lot more European players coming over here now. They're out of their career a little bit, but I think that still helps USA soccer because people want to get into it. I'm sure, look at Kaká with Orlando City. they're selling out every single game, and I think it's because you want to go see Kaká.
Well, also I think it's the place of their
Orlando. Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't want to see a game in Orlando? I would love to see it.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the
Well,
DC United.
they want to put a team in Miami. Beckham does.
Yeah, and to be honest, they might do it.
They need something.
They just added a team to Minnesota. I mean, they're going to be up to 20 teams in the next couple of years, so they're going to do 10 and 10. So it's growing.
They're trying to make it like a EPL or La Liga where they have like 25, 26 teams.
And I think there's rumor that Orlando's trying to bring Chicharito.
Chicharito.
They're trying to bring him in. They want to give him as much money as he wants. You pair him with the Kaká. I mean, even though Kaká's older, that would be a pretty cool pairing.
I mean, you're looking at all these things. Ronaldinho's been rumored to go to the MLS.
Ronaldo's playing in Fort Lauderdale. Did he make it? Or no,
he's not playing. He's just managing. He said he was thinking about playing, but he never really signed a contract.
You got Villa and New York FC, and now Lampard will be joining him once the EPL's over. If Lampard's going to be with Villa, and you also got Drexel up there, who's a USA. You got Shea playing with Kaká. Then up in Toronto, you got Aldador. You got Michael Bradley. You got Clint Dempsey, who came back over. So they're trying to build up.
They're sparking the fire to get it ready. Because if you look at it, even Gerrard, who at this year he's done with Liverpool, he might come to MLS.
No, it's already been. He's coming to LA. He's already said it.
He's already going to LA,
and he's following what Beckham did. I'm sure Beckham had a little earful in his mouth.
Yeah, Englishman to Englishman told him that.
And that's. You saw what Beckham did when he came here. Look at the draw he had wherever he went.
Yeah,
because of the name, David, like the name Kaká, the name David Beckham, and it's great for this country because I feel
if you look at Liverpool, or if you think Liverpool, you automatically think Gerrard. There's without a doubt you think of Gerrard like, oh yeah, one of the best midfielders. His kicks are unbelievable.
And you can't tell me teams are not trying to get Tim Howard back over here.
They need to throw a lot
to
get him because he wants to stay in the EPL.
But like DC United's goalie Bill Hamid, he's coming up in the U.S. ranks now, and I think he's 2 or 3 behind.
I think he's still third.
He's third behind, but he's young though, and he's a young talent from DC United. So I mean, it's great for USA. We need something like this. We need a program like this to get soccer going in this country. But as these players keep coming, it's going to build up. Even though they're late in their career, they're going to draw.
Well, it's going to hold them over. So what I think what needs to happen is like they bring these guys who are well known and everything, and that's going to kind of keep people interested.
They need a young talent.
They need a homegrown. They need somebody who comes up from the ranks, a homegrown
Dempsey,
like somebody who can be a freaking superstar and that people can latch onto. And once that happens, I think it's going to like take off. But I mean, it's not what they're doing now is perfect because it's just laying the base and everything like that for them to get.
Well, tomorrow's also going to have Javinho from Roma, who will be reunited with Bradley.
Yep.
And I'm sure Bradley had an earful with him to come here. So Toronto's going to be loaded.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you look at all the other free agents as well. I mean, you got Tevez with Pogba. I mean, Tevez has been rumored to go to MLS. He said he wants to finish his career there. I mean, everybody wants to finish their career there, but I think MLS needs to get somebody that wants to, like in their prime, have a career there, and then move it to the side.
Who would be great for it.
Well, he's never really. I mean, to be honest, he did good in Man United.
He would be a star here.
He's doing good right now in Madrid, but I believe he still has on loan to Madrid.
What would help him out here though is there's a lot of Mexican Americans, and they would pack stadiums to see him play.
Yeah, but it's so hard. I mean, to give up playing overseas in Europe as a soccer player growing up.
You're looking at Madrid, right? And I hate to say this, but it's true. And then you're looking at MLS.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know you are.
Yeah, but to be honest, if the money is good, I still wouldn't take it. I would still love to be in my prime playing there. And he's 26, 27?
Yeah, that's why I mean it's going to take someone who might not be able to like make it out there, or might have a better, a younger kid who might not be able to have like the playing time or the success that he wants to have out in, overseas, that he would be able to get here, and combine with the people who are finishing up their careers, the famous guys and the good guys, and then have them just kind of explode, and then I think that's gonna actually like launch it. Like that would. More and more people here at least would want to stay here instead of like trying to go over there if they could. So I don't know.
Real quick for the fans just listening, I know I put in our YouTube that we're going to talk about golf. I'm actually going to save that for next week just because Brad's a big golf guy, and I want him here to talk about that tournament, and we'll talk about that next week. The finish to the players was fucking unreal. Unreal. I mean, they went to 4 extra holes or 5. It was unreal, so I'm going to wait for next week for that. What I really want to get into a little bit is something different that we normally don't do is UFC and the fight that's coming up this month. Pulling it up. Hold on. Give me one moment. Talk about soccer real quick. Go USA. I think speaking of what's coming up in this, talking about USA soccer, the Women's World Cup is coming up.
Yeah.
And always the women's team is always favorite to win it. One of the favorites
I don't think so. I think Germany and Canada, I believe, are favorites. I mean, USA always has a good chance.
Yeah.
They always have a strong chance to win it.
They've been in the finals the past couple of years.
Yeah. Sawa.
Is it pretty much the same? The player, like, what's her name?
Solo.
The
one who,
Hope Solo. Is she the keeper? She's still playing?
I don't think she's playing right now. She's probably She's playing?
Yeah.
I thought with all the battles and her fiance or husband or something.
No, that's all done.
Okay.
What about my wife?
You still got Abby Wambach.
Alex Morgan.
That's your wife?
Yeah.
Does she know that upstairs?
Yeah, she knows. She's on my list.
Let's make it. Let's see what's up. Yeah, Alex Morgan's still there. You got what is it? Lauren Holiday. You got
Is Wambach still playing?
Wambach still playing, and she's still doing good for her age.
Okay, now I got it up. We got UFC 187 coming up May 23rd, which will be next weekend, and the big fights on that card is Anthony Johnson versus Daniel Cormier. Now, are they calling that the interim title or the actual title?
I think they're gonna do. Oh, Cormier's been saying I want to be put as the real champion.
Well, it should be because I don't think John Jones should come back for after what he did.
Well, I think Dana White might actually put as like champion. Whoever wins is champion. No interim. They're taking the interim out.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it says, I'm reading right here for the vacant UFC lightweight. So, and then you got the undercard, you got Chris Weidman versus Victor Belfort. Good Lord. That's a card right there in itself. You know what? I got, just real quick predictions, I got Weidman and Johnson. What do you got, Guillermo?
I would pick Belfort, but I mean, the last 3 times Belfort's saying he's ready, he's good, he's cut, he's ready to go, and showing massive power. He's got knocked out or he's lost by submission. So I'm going with Weidman. I think he's going to do... I mean, he's holding on to that belt for a while. I don't think anybody's going to be able to take him. And then to be honest, I think I got Cormier. If Cormier can take it down to the ground and out wrestle Johnson, then I got him. But if he gets caught with Rumble's power, then Johnson's going to take it. But I like Cormier's chances.
And then one of my favorite fighters that's fighting in the undercard is Uriah Hall, who I wish would get on the winning streak because I really want to see him get on the top for the top contenders.
Dude, he was a beast, an ultimate fighter, but then I don't know, something happened.
He's known for
transaction from that to...
He's known for that knockout kick where he just that spinning heel was...
And then he just goes down, he's like, sorry.
I'll have to show you the video on that, Paul, where he did the spinning heel cut so fast, the dude just dropped. Like he was out cold.
Damn. Like out cold, and he was breathing, he was like... like...
Eyes
massive. It was like you had to rewind it and see it again. The power that connected with him with his foot and his chin was nasty.
See, this is another example where Dana White, as president of UFC, is putting together fights that people want to see. No one's picking their own fights, and I guarantee they won't be hugging during this either.
No, it won't be a high school prom again.
You guys realize we're getting close to the end of the show, and we just forgot one of the biggest topics of the week. Someone likes to deflate their balls and don't think they're going to get caught.
Sorry.
No. Tom Brady suspended for 4 games. Patriots fined $1 million. They lose a first-round pick next year and a fourth-round pick in 2 years. The suspension, I agree with it completely that Brady deserves to be suspended. I think he knew about it. The reason they suspended him was he didn't cooperate. He just tried to be like, no, I didn't know.
Didn't they find evidence on it?
Well, they found text messages where people were saying, Brady's going to be pissed if you don't do this or shit like that. Belichick was never into text messages, so Belichick is smart. Plus, Belichick, I wouldn't even want to play poker with that guy. It's just stone cold.
So what's the evidence they got?
They got text messages saying the equipment guys were talking about that's how Brady specifically likes his balls and stuff like that.
Yeah. It was rumored to have it that Brady would text message the guys and like, hey, take some air out of them.
Yeah.
That's how I like to throw my balls.
So greatest
funny.
quarterback in the weather.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
that just proves it right there. No wonder he plays
mean,
so good.
Yeah, but
I
I mean,
was-
that could be for like I don't know. I just find it hard that they came down, like the committee or whatever that was reviewing it. They're like, it might be possible that he had something to do. He knew.
Well,
about
I
it
think
or
it'll be.
something
I
like
think
that.
it'll end up being reduced to probably 2 games.
Well, I think it already has. He appealed, I believe, yesterday or 2 days ago,
It'll be
they
reduced.
then they're appealing it to 2 games.
I think a lot of it had to do with the public, or I guess the commission, or I don't know what you want to call it. Goodell, what's his name? Goodell.
Yeah, Roger Goodell.
People just don't like the Patriots. That's what it is.
Yeah, and
Well,
they're pushing them to do something, and they haven't done anything, so they're just like, oh, okay, we have to do something. We have to like blame somebody.
Well, here's my other thing with that is you got people running around the NFL who are beating their wives, beating their girlfriends, beating children, and Brady just deflates some balls, and it's like, oh, you get 4 games. Like, I think maybe, like I said before, I guess I'm contradicting myself. Yeah, 4 games seems about right.
Yeah, but they don't
then
even know if he did it. They're saying
But then
he
you-
might have.
But
and
it's
they
just
could-
it's just his name in the conversation where, like you just said a few seconds ago, they haven't done anything wrong. If you look back to the last time they went to the Super Bowl, and they were questioned for Spygate, they were cheating. They were filming other people things and everything. So they have been in trouble before, and once again, Brady was like, I didn't know anything about that. But clearly the whole team did, because they were looking down on it and they were watching the films. How could they not notice?
Right.
So I think it's just his name being mentioned again in an organization where they're known to win, but
Their
winning
legacy
in a
won't be
different way.
affected. He's still a Hall of Famer.
I mean,
I think.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
still a Hall
no,
of Famer.
yeah, he's going to be a Hall of Famer without
So
a
is
doubt. And
Belichick.
he's the golden boy to like the quarterbacks right now. I mean, you think quarterback, you think Peyton. You think automatically, you think Peyton, you're thinking Tom Brady. You're thinking Tom Brady, you're thinking Peyton. I can't really call it a rivalry, because a rivalry entails with both of them winning equal games against each other.
Yeah.
Where was it? Brady's record is killing Manning.
Well, I mean, also if it was something like that would have actually affected the game, like, because isn't it like that particular game that they played? There was even, I mean,
Oh, they won by 40.
question.
They're going to win anyway.
So I mean, it's like, and I just don't get it. I just think it's I think it's crap
but
that
if
they
you-
gave him 4
I'm trying to
games
think about it. I think
just because they had to flex
I
a
think
little bit.
people are just out to get Brady, and they want to find anything to make them look like not the frame. But
but if
they
you're
had to
gonna
make
win-
an example, and who else? I mean, it's the perfect situation.
It's the golden boy.
Yeah.
You have to take advantage of a guy like that. But if you're in a position where you know you're going to win by 40, why even do it? It was done by the first quarter. I would have been like,
you know
put air in
what?
those balls and let's keep going.
You think about it. I wish I could feel what those Boston fans feel. I wish my team had 4 or 5 Super Bowls. Don't you wish that? Don't you wish the Redskins were like them?
No.
I wish. I wish I had Super Bowls. Like, I wish people hated on my team just because we won so much and tried everything. I wish that.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sadly, both our teams, we suck, and people don't care about my team.
Well,
Your
on different sports, no, because I mean you got the Red Sox and you got the Yankees. I don't wish that. You got
Well,
what
no,
is
I
it?
mean this kind of situation with I like with our teams are horrible right now.
Or just football. Just football. Okay, yeah.
I wish our teams were like the Patriots.
I wish they would go into the playoffs consistently every year and have a good shot to win it. Yeah, I would wish that.
I wish the media, like for you guys, I bet you guys wish the media was around you guys for winning or maybe cheating in the Super Bowl rather than is RG3 going to be the quarterback this year? How's his knee doing?
Oh no, yeah, I would. Yeah, I would love that.
Like, it's sad that you guys suck in the NFL and you all get more covers than any other team.
Hey, shut up, man.
God. You turn on the news, it's like, all right, let's see who's on. Russians are 1-5. RG3 struggled. They're fucking 1-5. Who cares?
Go to
Move
Tennessee
on.
and you go do that.
Well, finally, we'll have Mariota, so maybe we'll be relevant for the first week of the NFL. We will be, because it'll be 1 versus 2.
First week of the NFL, we have the Tennessee Titans, blah, 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 and their season just ended. No more talking about them ever. Back to the Redskins.
Like, that's why
Is
I hope-
RG3 going to be ready for the next week, too?
I hope Mariota starts the first week just so we'd be on the tagline where Winston versus Mariota week 1. Just like, yes, we'll get some covers the first week. Maybe we'll be on TV and I can watch.
All right, so that was gonna be my question. Is he gonna be throwing from the start, the beginning of next season?
I think it all depends on training camp.
I think they will have an open competition at quarterback.
Who's he?
Mettenberger.
Mettenberger.
I don't even know who that is.
He's not really
The
a
burger.
burger. Another burger. Just not as good as the other burger.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. Never mind. I'm not going to say it. I would say he doesn't do stuff to women.
Jesus.
Rosberg another one who's been accused and nothing happened to him.
Yeah.
Heinz Ward threw a bottle at a woman. Nothing happened to him.
What was it? Dante Starworth.
Yeah, this is the most bullshit thing ever. Dante Stallworth killed a man, DUI'd and killed a man. He was drunk. He killed a guy. He only got 30 days in jail because the guy was in the crosswalk.
No, he didn't get 30 days. I think he got like 10 days because he was on good behavior.
But that was me.
How the hell do you do good behavior when you murder somebody
for a couple years.
when you're drunk as hell?
God.
They would have looked at us and be like, you know what? Get out of here. 25 to life. You just look at Dante Starworth like, hey man, I know you didn't do that on purpose. You were a little drunk. Okay, I admit it. I'll give you 30 days to think about it. I'll give you 30 days to think about it.
They gave Placido a year, and all he did was shoot himself, and this dude killed someone. He got 10 days. God. Yeah. You're going to jail for a year because you shot yourself.
Yeah, that's suicide watch. I can't let you do that anymore, man. Come on, I got to think about
you.
You helped me win the Super Bowl.
How does someone shoot himself, go to jail for a year, and the guy who ran over and killed someone got 10 days?
Yeah.
At least I got it right with Hernandez. I was waiting for them to say, not guilty.
It took them forever.
Like OJ 2.0 all over. Yeah, there's another guy who killed someone and got away with it.
If they would have made Aaron Hernandez not guilty, I bet you Grunk would have came out of nowhere and spiked a bottle and be like, let's drink, let's go.
That's someone I'd want to party with for Grunk. Grunk parties. Like they're doing the parade. He's there taking Grey Goose little shots with fans. I'm like, this dude just parties. Speaking of players, I feel really bad for Odell Beckham Jr. I will not be drafting him in fantasy football this year.
I will be drafting him, so you better watch out.
You can go ahead and take that.
He helped me win fantasy over this guy right here. I had 3 bad years facing him in the playoffs or in the season. He would whip my ass.
I did a lead
1 year, and I got him.
So I got him. You actually do well in fantasy leagues?
I had a lead with him for about. I didn't do one with you 2 years ago, but 3 years in a row, I won this league 3 years in a row, and I wasn't invited back to fourth year, probably because I kept kicking their asses.
The 3 years that he won, 2 of those years I played him in the playoffs. And I was like, I'm going to take you out. I'm going to take you out. What happens? He beats me by like 60, 70 points.
Oh, damn.
I don't even want to look at my fantasy team
Here's
refreshed.
the best part was 1 year, I think it was like the second year I won, I had Aaron Rodgers as my quarterback. And it was week 17. And I was like, all right, they're not going to play Rodgers. So what do? I play his backup. His backup gets me 40 points because they just go ape shit in the game. I look like a G. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to play this guy. And the guy I'm playing against the championship's like, why the hell are you going to start Matt Flynn? I was like, because Detroit's defense sucks and Matt Flynn's going to light him up.
Yeah.
And I believe he dogged him like 200 and something to like 90 something. It wasn't even.
I wasn't like, I seriously wasn't invited. I had a dynasty and I was like, why am I not invited back? And they're like, can't win.
Screw that guy.
And they got pissed off because I did a trade, and the trade I did, it was horrible for me at first.
It was horrible for him. He had 2 players and they switched him with him, and then those 2 players didn't really turn out good.
But
for
mine
him.
did.
And then his did.
Because his got hurt as soon as I traded. Like this year, my dumbness was I had Odell Beckham, but I needed a running back. Like I was dead. So I was like, I traded like Beckham and a couple people, and I got like Eddie Lacy and like Ruben Randall. I was like, all right, Jeff, it's a trade. You know, you got Randall, I got Beckham. I look back and I'm like, God damn, I should have just kept Beckham out of it. I probably would have won my lead.
Yeah, I picked up Odell Beckham. I think it was like week 2 or week 3. Nobody was even looking at him because Victor Cruz went out there early in the season. I was like, I'm picking Beckham. I was like, I've seen him play at LSU. I know what he can do. And what does he do? He sparks up like 35 points first game and then like 25 the next. I'm like, this guy is good.
There was one free agent in our league that I picked up that turned out good. I can't remember who it was, but it's funny.
All I got to say is I beat the Dynasty King for once. And you know what? I beat him at his own game.
Nice.
I changed players every week. I looked at the free agent. I was like, this guy's going to be good. I got him. I'm going to say this.
You can ask Paul. In my league I did with my buddies for the belt, I probably did about 50 waiver wire moves per year. Like, I literally just, once the game's over with, I look, I'm like, okay, who's hurt this? I do 50 transactions. I dropped Tom Brady once, and I was able to pick him back up. Like, I dropped him for the week that Eli went ape shit against the Redskins. I also picked up Larry Donnell, who went crazy that game. And I'm just like, I was like, Redskins sucked against tight ends. Larry Donnell, who are you? They picked you up 3 touchdowns out of nowhere. Just 3 touchdowns randomly.
My quarterbacks this year, I believe, were Aaron Rodgers and I think Cam Newton, or one of those. And then I was looking back at the Giants game against the Redskins, and I was like, I'm going with Eli. And then I switched Cam Newton with Eli, played Eli like 3 other games besides that, and he got me like about 30 points. Because the thing is, Eli doesn't get sacked. he's smart enough to throw it away, so he doesn't lose you 2 points.
Right.
And he's always giving you a consistent 300-yard game or 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, and maybe 1 or 2 picks.
Yeah.
So he's guaranteed to give you things. But yeah, I'm just happy I won the league.
Speaking of fantasy football, real quick, guys, there is going to be a Shipe Sports Talk Fantasy Football League, and the winner of this league will be getting a trophy. We're going to do a little trophy that says Shipe Sports Talk on it, a little trophy for the fans.
So are we doing this for anybody that wants to do it, or how would we get the trophy to them? Do we email it, or do we mail it?
Yeah, I'm going to email a goddamn trophy. There's going to be an e-invite
Send
trophy.
them a picture.
No, I'm going to...
This is what you want.
Whoever wins, I'm going to, if you're not in the state or if you're not nearby, I'll either give it to you or I'll mail it to you. I'm obviously not going to meet you in a place and make it robbed.
Maybe here, I got some nice gold for you.
Also for our fantasy fans out there, we will be doing an all fantasy football show around August, right before fantasy football drafts kick off. I know I'll be having another one with Paul. It'd be pretty cool if we did our draft special while we were doing the draft.
That'd be kind of cool.
It was not going to happen because that place's Wi-Fi sucks.
It does suck. It couldn't be live, but we could record it
Maybe we could do
and
that.
just put it out there.
While we're drafting, I'd do it. That'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Live from wherever the hell. I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want to get in trouble for copyright laws.
No, it's not. Just no copyright laws.
Buffalo wings and beer, good place, good wings, so many flavors.
What is?
Buffalo wings and beer. It's up by.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Smashes Buffalo.
I went there a couple times.
Oh yeah. No, there's no.
Yeah. Well, why are we talking about wings?
Yeah, let's get on the wings now. Some good old what is it? Wingstop. I wouldn't mind some of that right now.
So next week on the show. Actually, before I talk about next week, I'm gonna have Paul do his little speech that he always does, real quick.
Yeah, that's right. So, let's see. How can you get episodes that you've missed or back episodes?
YouTube.
Well, the website. Or remember, it is a podcast, so it's like you'll be able to, if you go on iTunes or Stitcher, you can go back and just subscribe to the podcast, and you'll be able to listen to all the old episodes.
Where's the music?
Well, don't you have stuff that you want to say?
You said you wanted to say something before. You said all this stuff.
But when you say your thing, the music makes it sound a lot cooler.
Okay, let me
You have to start over now
So
with the music.
turn on the music for a quick second.
Then you got to start over. All right, now you can start.
All right, so you can pick us up at www.shipesportstalk.com.
Sounds like Jim Ross. Oh my God!
Where else?
Yeah, so the website is pretty special because you can get to everything else on the website. You can get to the iTunes subscription, the Stitcher subscription. You can get YouTube links to the YouTube channel, where you can also watch the live streams and the past episodes as well. So, but you can email us at shipesportstalk@gmail.com. You can send us tweets at shipesportstalk, and the Facebook is Shipe Sports Talk. Yeah, nice.
And Instagram, Shipe Sports Talk, which I never seen the upgrade.
Update. Yeah, so send us your questions, your comments, any topics you guys want to cover. I think it'll be good when the fantasy comes around because then people will be able to post their questions.
Yes, during fantasy season, every week we will be doing a little 15 minutes fantasy. So please email us definitely during fantasy season because we'll have our own little starter sit-em. We'll be the new Matthew Berry.
Yeah, and trust us, guys. We won.
All
leagues,
of us have won titles.
at least once.
Well, Paul, have you won a title?
I've come in second.
But Paul did pretty good, so we've all won titles. Next week's show, we're going to go over back to the playoffs. Hopefully, we're talking about the Wizards playing either Cleveland or Chicago.
Well, I'm just letting you know right now. Updates 4-0 right now, and Paul Gasol is playing.
Well, 4-0. Ooh, that's a big update.
I'm just letting you know.
Hopefully by next week, officially next week, the Nationals will be moving into first place. I know me and Guillermo will be attending 2 of the games, or I'll be attending 2 games. He'll be attending 2 games.
Yep. Well, we hopefully be attending first place versus first place. Yankees and Nationals there.
We'll talk the Players Championship where Brad will be back again, so we'll be able to talk some more golf. Maybe we'll get a little bit more of a preview for the UFC fight coming up that Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, the fight's next Saturday. Yeah.
When's the Champions League finals?
June 6th.
Okay, we'll not be talking about that yet.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about the
couple
ending.
weeks away.
We'll be able to talk about the ending of the APL. I think this week is championship weekend.
Yeah.
So we can talk about maybe who's advanced. So just please tune in next week. Like Paul said, email us, do whatever you can, get in touch with us. Remember the Shipe Sports Talk Fantasy Football is up for signing up now. The draft will be towards the end of on a Sunday, towards the end of August. Everyone can supposedly can do like a Sunday draft, which is always in.
Yeah.
Winner does get a trophy. So I'll be posting that link. I'll post a link for this show. So once again, for myself, Paul, Guillermo, for Brad, wherever the hell you are in Tennessee, thank you for listening, and keep listening. And Paul, play that depressing stuff again to end the show with.
No.
I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you.
Come on. I'm still in the mood now, Joe.
I don't have it up anymore. It's
No,
so
it's done
depressing.
now.
Let's make our own. So take these
God, stop
broken
it.
wings.
All right,
and
cut it
learn to
before
fly
him. Stop
again. Learn to live it.
Enjoy yourself, everyone. Take care and have a great weekend.
See ya.
See ya.